Shares of biopharma company Novavax rising today on news the company has developed a vaccine candidate and is expected to begin clinical trials in December. We're here for a CNBC exclusive is Stanley Erck, President and CEO of Novavax. Stanley, great to have you on our show. Based on what you know so far, how effective could this vaccine be?
Well, we have been developing a platform that allows us to make vaccines against a variety of viral diseases. It's been very effective in clinical trials for something called respiratory syncytial virus, which is the largest cause of hospitalization of children under 2 years of age. We've also, in the last year, developed a vaccine against two new emerging viruses, one called H7N9, which is a new strain of flu, a second called MERS, or Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. Both of those, we've published data showing how effective the vaccine can be in animals and humans. And recently, yesterday, we announced at a conference our progress on an Ebola vaccine using the same technology platform.
All right, Stanley, two questions. Really one question, two parts, I guess. Number one, are you working with the FDA for an in-human treatment testing? And number two, if so, is the FDA going to cover some part or all of the cost?
Okay, so yes, we always work with the FDA when we're developing vaccines for humans. We are currently scaling up a manufacturing process so that we can make product that can be used in humans. We expect to be able to, our timetable is to be able to start testing that vaccine in a human clinical trial in mid-December. And of course, we've been working very closely with the FDA. The FDA has been very helpful. They're very interested in getting new drugs and vaccines through the process. So we're working closely with them, and we hope to have the go-ahead to start first subject in, as we call it, in mid-December.
So how rapid do you think the manufacturing... Sorry?
No, my second part.
Your second part.
Are they going to pay?
Yeah, will we get paid? We expect to get paid not from the FDA. The FDA doesn't fund these sorts of things, but there are world government organizations and non-governmental organizations who have lots of funds targeted toward purchasing vaccines like ours.
So how rapid could your manufacturing process be? Because what we've seen with some of these developments is that you might have a potential vaccine or a potential treatment, but really only a few doses that can be used. So once you think you've got a vaccine that is viable, how quickly could you ramp up to have a lot of doses for potentially a lot of cases?
So let me answer your question in two ways. One is an example of what we did last year. We took a new emerging virus from China when the gene sequence was identified on April 8th of last year, and within 91 days we had scaled up manufacturing at commercial scale and injected over 210 subjects in a human trial and showed that it protected over 90% of the people in terms as measured by seroprotection. And so what our technology allows us to do in the case of Ebola is two things that are important. One is we take the gene sequence from the current circulating strain. So we're making a vaccine against the strain that is currently circulating. We did that in September of this year, and now it's October, and we've started scaled up manufacturing. We expect to be able to make doses in the tens of thousands for this clinical trial by December, and by the end of the first quarter, we will be able to manufacture, at our biotech company, be able to manufacture in the millions of doses per month.
How confident are you, Stanley?
We've done this before.
With avian flu, you had the ramp up. That's how you made your name. I mean, the efficacy of the Ebola treatment.
Yes, well, efficacy, we have to try it out in clinical trials. It's the question of how confident are we that we can scale up manufacturing is confident. We have data now from 2 animal species that show that we make high levels of neutralizing antibody, and we just have to try it out in humans.
Okay, well, best of luck. Keep us updated on your progress. Thank you very much, Stanley Erck, joining us there from Novavax.
Okay, so Ebola is one of what we're calling the 3 E's.